Amrit, thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure, Bernard. It's an honour. It's wonderful to be here.
We're going to talk about the Punjab restaurants, which you've owned for 79 years.
Yeah, family has.
So if you can just tell us a little bit about your background, tell us a little about your family.
Sure.
And tell us where you are now with the restaurant.
Oh, okay. Well, so my name is Amrit Maan. I'm the managing director of a fabulous eatery in Covent Garden known as the Punjab Covent Garden, and established way back in 1946 by my great-grandfather, Gurbachan Singh Maan. He had been in the country 10 years earlier, a travelling salesman, a peddler,
Wow.
poor guy knocking on doors, rain or shine, right across southeast England, selling household goods, items, and he made a killing. And his kind of secret was making good Punjabi food.
Right.
And so after 10 years on the constantly, around and being a real nomad, he decided to just want to sit in one place and just cook for people.
Wow.
And he opened the Punjab in 1946 in Aldgate. And then due to customer demand, a lot of his customers could not make lunch in 1 hour. Travelling from, say, central London to Aldgate and back within an hour, they could have persuaded him to come to London. And he had two choices. He had either Leicester Square
Wow.
/ Soho, or he had Covent Garden.
Right.
And he went for Covent Garden, and here we are.
And did he come with his family?
He came alone, and then he slowly brought over his family, first starting with his second oldest son. There's a bit of a family issue about that. My grandfather, being the oldest, should have come over.
Right.
And in Bombay then, at where the ship was about to leave, he was persuaded by his younger brother, go back to the village, and so the older son, my grandfather, stayed back in India.
Wow.
The plan was always for him to come out and to join his father, but instead the other brothers came out.
And he never did.
He never did, yeah. And he was a wonderful man. And
Yeah.
I think to this day, I think it was probably the biggest mistake in our family.
And did he come over at some point? Or
He did as a holiday. But the deal was, as he didn't come over, my father wasn't sponsored over. So my father came over in 1955, February, when Sir Winston Churchill was Prime Minister.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's amazing.
And my dad remembers the smog. He remembers public baths. He remembers the schools, and he remembers fish and chips.
Wow.
In
So
Covent
how
Garden.
did it move on then? When did your dad take over?
So my dad took over in late 1960s, 1970. At that stage, the business had briefly gone to the second generation, his uncles. It wasn't profitable, and I don't think they had their heart in the business.
Right.
So it went back to the founder. And then at one stage, Granddad was going to sell the business. An employee found out and ran to my dad and said, right, old man is selling this. You are the grandson, you're the chosen one.
Wow.
Speak to him. And my great grandfather was a bit of an entrepreneur. He no need did he have the Punjab restaurant. He had a hotel in Notting Hill. He had an import export business. He had a travel agency. But
Wow.
his kids, his immediate children in the UK, didn't have that. What's the word? Charisma,
Yeah.
acumen, drive
Yeah.
to do those businesses.
Why is that? Do you think
I think they came over the wrong age, the wrong side of 40. They came over. They were all above 40, and they had a great life in the Punjab. Money was coming over.
Right, so there was money.
There was money, there was money, but I just didn't think they had the drive.
Right.
And I think everyone looked at each other in family dynasties. Brothers, siblings are looking at each other. If they all had assumed that we own 100% each, let's just do it, work hard. But there were a number of sons. My great uncles.
So where is it now? It's your family now.
It is now, yeah. So my dad bought the business from his grandfather, and it's gone down the line now to me.
Yeah.
We stuck into a family trust because we want this to continue for at least another 180 years.
Wow.
And we're very, very proud of the
Yeah.
Punjab. It's not just an iconic destination. It really is a heart-centric business, and it is about profit with purpose, and our purpose is giving back to our local Covent Garden.
Yeah. I know you do a lot for the community, which is something.
Yeah, that's how we met. Yeah. How we survived COVID.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got loads of things to talk about in other episodes, because obviously you're going to be with me quite a long time.
Thank you, and what an honour. Yeah.
You're going to come on this journey, because we're going to be looking to help loads and loads of people start up their businesses, give them all the advice that we've gained over the years, and we'll be bringing other people on to help us and show us the way.
Absolutely. And I've had a portfolio career, so I've been a business advisor in a past life. I am a solicitor. I am an investigative solicitor. I talk about diversity, about business support, and one of the things is our young need to understand is, if you don't understand things, reach out. Yes, we've got YouTube, but you do need to reach out to elders of the community, or like support the business support network.
It's important, isn't it?
Yeah, and you are a bit of a godfather here in Covent Garden. I hear I'm a godfather in Seven Dials. You're a godfather here in this part.
We got a little bit.
We cross over. You're Westminster. I'm Camden.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, actually, that's true.
But I really admired your kind of your vibration. You're kind of very relaxed, and you don't under pressure. You don't sweat.
Well, I'll try not to.
Well, but I think we've all learned the hard way. Yeah.
Right, yeah, we all do learn the hard way. But the good thing is that, like you say, we want to give back. We want to help people on this journey. We don't want people getting sold that dream of pay £1,000. Yeah. You can do it in 60 days and you'll be a millionaire. Yeah. We've done it the hard way. We know what goes on. We know how we can help people and what advice we can give.
Yeah, and success is never overnight. I have cleaned a number of toilets I've cleaned in the Punjab, day in, day out. The number of onions I've chopped and potatoes, and hoovering is immense. And it's success comes after a number of years. And it's that drive, it's that passion, and it's that purpose that I think we've got to tell the young. Yeah. It's not easy. But business can be fun. Yeah. It can be rewarding, and it's about giving out the vibration. I'm very spiritual, and for me, it's about making sure that you enjoy what you do.
What do you enjoy most about it?
Meeting people. Yeah, finding out what's their backstory, hearing them, and never making judgments. Yeah, never ever making judgments, and just the handshakes, finding out what things we have in common, and we are all.
You've got a lot of staff, and you've had a lot of staff over the years. Yeah, that's quite an important part of the business, because you've got to manage these people and keep them happy. Yes,
so you've got to look at family. It's just about family. So those family values that my great grandfather established seep into the business, seep into the staff, the kitchen porters, the chefs, and it's those junior positions like our runners, our waiters, the KPs, kitchen porters. They're crucial. They're crucial for any restaurant. Absolutely. And I treat a lot of my staff like family. The door's always open to them for me, and they can come and talk to me about anything, whether it's pay, whether it's being grumpy, whether it's the spouse or it's the naughty kid, and it's about, a lot of my time is giving time for them, because they are my soldiers, they are my army.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, that's what I was going to ask you just briefly. When COVID come along, you did have a duty to your staff, and some of your staff actually do live within your premises, don't they?
They do, yeah. They're our security guards.
Quite a difficult time for you, because
it was.
But decisions had to be made.
Yeah, I actually remember there was a lot of when that happened. Suddenly we noticed business had just declined, and initially, what was really unfair was Chinatown was affected first for about a week or so. But I just kind of stepped back, and I was doing a lot of meditation. I knew something was up. I had known, feeling around about February when we saw those images on TV in China. Those diggers making new hospitals. Something's coming our way. And I was in Las Vegas in February because my general manager, Andrew, who's been with us for almost 30 years, we had taken him out on a surprise trip. I had said, Andrew, we're going to go to Prague. And at the airport, I said, right, we're going to Las Vegas. Right. And his wife didn't know, and I took some other managers. But in Las Vegas, sitting there, sipping on a few drinks, I thought, this is going to change. I had this feeling, this sense, the sixth sense.
It's amazing, really.
But when we came back, and lo and behold, March the 20th is when we had the official call. But I knew the government would have to step in, and it was just great that the Chancellor at that time, Rishi, announced the furlough.
Yeah, it was. It was really important.
I wasn't panicking, but I think a lot of other business owners, restaurant owners, did let go of their KPs. There were a lot of European workers who were just literally let go.
We saw it around here a lot, didn't we?
Yeah. And then homelessness was pretty bad. Yeah. But at that time, it was just about keeping a nerve, and I knew the government would step in, but it was scary.
Do you remember it now?
I do. I remember. I think I've been traumatized. I do remember thinking that I was going to die. I'll be like, I imagine Pompeii. Imagine me, on the kitchen floor, with a potato in one hand and a potato peeler, and I thought I'd be dug up, in 400 years' time.
Yeah, talking about what happened here. What happened?
Yeah. That's the Amrit Maan.
But you done. Again, I'll do it briefly because we're going to talk a lot about this in the next one. But you did do a lot of charitable work.
It's in my nature. It's in my blood. It's what it is. It's my faith and it's my spirituality. It's always to give, but it's to give with not expecting anything. And for us being Punjabi Sikh, it is about food. Whether it's paid or getting paid or not paid, my job in life is to feed people. I'm a feeder.
Nice.
And we always did, for COVID, we always did work with homeless charities and the local churches, and we just took it up a notch. And I said to the staff, look, the staff living upstairs, the skeleton staff, I said, look, guys, you're going to drink my wine cellar dry. I know that. But could you please help out and, voluntary work for some charities? And they're like, yes, boss, no problem, boss. And it gave us a sense of purpose, a structure, because we were a bit aimless the first few days, and we worked with a number of homeless charities, Under One Sky, an amazing homeless outreach charity, Who's Hussain, a Muslim charity, Gurseva, Nishkam Swat, the British Red Cross. We work with food banks, we work with community centres, and of course we worked with the Penny Appeal, another Muslim charity. We work with everyone really, because our kitchens are like industrial furnaces, never ever to be turned off.
That's great. It was fantastic, and it was really appreciated by everybody.
We and you in your team. Well, actually, it was just you, wasn't it?
I was here.
And your son Luke.
And Luke, we were here for a little bit of time on our own, working with people like yourself.
Yeah, no, but you were great, because not only could I get my menus done, my emergency menus, but at one stage we started, I think I had this bright idea, just frozen food to the community at large. And I had done a GoFundMe, and I raised about 20 grand. And with that paid for produce. And we did like saag aloo, baked bean curry, chickpeas, and you did the labels.
Yeah, I remember,
yeah, and that was fun. That was fun. Yeah, and it gave me a sense of purpose.
Yeah, it got through it, didn't it?
Yeah,
it got through the time.
Yeah, and outside here was empty.
It was empty.
We could hear the birds.
There was people playing football in the street, which I haven't seen for a long, long time. Two people who were in the bike shop. Yeah, we were the only ones around.
That's true. Yeah, I'd come down, and for me, it was like a coming to you was almost like a haven, because I could get out of the restaurant and have a chat to you for a couple of minutes.
For us as well, someone coming in, and it was really interesting.
Yeah, we weren't isolated. Yeah, but boy, oh boy, I mean, 5 years now.
I know, it's amazing.
Yeah, and we're not back yet to those levels. It's sad, and that's where we need incentives. We need, whether it's from the government or from the mayor, we need to have things. And I've got some ideas, but I just feel that we need to get everyone back into London, and this whole working from home is great.
Working again.
Yeah.
But we're gonna basically, you are quite politically minded in the way if you do help politically. So
I do.
Again, there are things we're gonna.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to talk about these things.
Talk about lots and lots of things.
Yeah.
So what I'll do today, I'll leave it here so that I can bring more in when we discuss, and then I just want to thank you for coming on.
It's an honour. I get asked.
Getting these ones started.
I know. I get asked by so many, and I'm very reluctant. I like to be in the shadows. But when you ask, it's like, absolutely. Because it's an honour, and you're a dear friend, and you are a real entrepreneur, and you support so many businesses, and you are a mentor. You are a godfather, and I said in a very positive way. No, you're brilliant. You're absolutely brilliant. And to see that the young businesses that you support develop is incredible. And this initiative, this podcast, is fabulous.
Yeah, that's why we want to make it a success, and it's all about helping people.
It is. It's about sharing the love and the wisdom and the knowledge.
Yeah, and all the things we've experienced over the years.
The bad way, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And we're going to bring all the people in who've experienced them with us, and we're going to bring in all the successful people.
Yes.
And show people that there is positives.
Absolutely,
Business,
yeah.
And we've also got some career people who are going to come in. They're going to tell us about what careers to go. When you go to university, what things are of value?
Yes, so that's the big question now. Should one go to university or should go for apprenticeship?
Come back with loans. Yeah, the apprenticeships are good.
Yeah.
We've got someone coming in to talk about franchises. So there's going to be loads and loads of things. Yeah. You're going to join me on lots of these podcasts.
Love to, if that's okay.
Yeah, and that's great. And thank you very much for coming in. Lovely to have you on the podcast and hope to see you in the future.
Thank you, Bernard.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thanks for coming in. We've done it now.
Was that good? Yeah. Was all right.